President Bola Tinubu ridiculed the African Democratic Congress, branding it a coalition of confusion during the APC's 14th National Executive Committee meeting. He suggested it was wise to leave a sinking ship in a clear jab at opposition coalitions attempting to challenge his leadership ahead of 2027. Tinubu commended outgoing APC chairman Abdullahi Ganduje for establishing a progressive institute and proposed that Ganduje continue as a consultant to help strengthen party structures. He affirmed the new chairman and secretary would build on that foundation to advance party ideology and governance. The president also announced that the party's ward, local government and state congresses had been postponed to December. He explained the delay is meant to accommodate new members expected to join the party soon, hinting at ongoing political realignments ahead of the next election cycle. George, what do you make of this story?
Well,
coalition of confusion.
Let me say I want to agree with the president. The reason is simple. Most of those, arrowheads spearheading these coalitions are people who have lost that one way or the other. They are just aggrieved, and for them, there's nothing other than wrestling power from the incumbent, that is President Tinubu. How they want to use the power, what they want to use it for, they have not told Nigerians. And from here, I see them as strange bedfellows. Whose only interest? Yes, strange.
You think it's a mismatch?
That's exactly the point I'm trying to make. And even there will be implosion amongst them because of vested interests. Okay. When the time comes on who becomes the flag bearer of the party, there will be implosion among them. Some persons may actually leave just to contest and go to other party. Some may be aggrieved and they may not want to throw their weight behind whoever that will emerge to give their full support and all that if the person will win the general election. So I'm okay. I'm just okay with the phrase used by the presidents. You understand? They are confused. They are confused. Forget about what you see playing out today. I don't see them mounting that formidable challenge against Tinubu. Before now, I think that what the major challenge that Tinubu had was to get the endorsement of Buhari. Now the man is no longer alive. So that has changed the entire dynamics in the north. So I believe he will sit back and see how he can, get that part of the country to support him and all that. But if it is for the coalition, frankly speaking, I have taken time to observe them over time, and I'm looking at those who are the arrowheads. What are their influence in their respective states? What are they bringing to bear? Most of them do not even have the finances again to finance some of those, because in Nigeria, without finance, you can't even achieve anything. So most of them do not have what it takes. It's not that they don't have money.
But because they
are not in government.
Required to run an election.
They are not in government, so the one they already have for themselves to take care of their next 50, 100 years, you don't expect them to bring it to begin to run election and all that. So I see so many challenges within that coalition, but you can't take anything away from anybody. While you are here analyzing, these people may also be regrouping and seeing how they can drop some of those challenges that will affect their chances. But frankly speaking, they have not come to tell Nigerians that this is what we want to do. It's like when APC merged with, when APC was formed, merging of the new PDP, CPC, that's the Buhari's faction, and there's this other party, APP or something, that came together, even part of Afghan, all that, came together to form the present-day APC, just to oust Jonathan from power. As at that time, nothing was clear. They just came up with manifesto and told Nigerians one or two. At the end of it, they won. Buhari's 8 years, you and I know, did not take this country a step further. It's just taking Tinubu to see how he can put a few things. Even at that, he's still finding it challenging, because the country itself is complex. So this coalition have not come to tell us what they will change differently. They have not come, and even if they come, we don't see them to doing that, because we have tested these people in different times. Some of them had become executive governors for 2 states, for 2 years. Some had become ministers for 4 years and more. Some had become this and that, holding different positions of authority in this country. Their track records are there. We have not seen anything different from what they may be accusing Tinubu of doing. So
they were active in past administrations.
Yeah, that's exactly the point.
So technically, whatever it is they're accusing Tinubu of doing,
they were part of it.
They were part of it.
They were part of it. In fact, they were the ones that created the rot that the Tinubu is trying to see how he can manage today. And these same people are coming to form coalition. There's nothing wrong in anybody joining any association. Freedom of association is guaranteed as enshrined in our constitution. No problem. They are free to organize and see how they can wrest power from Tinubu. But I still have my doubt because there's nothing different from the people that we see masquerading as the best thing to happen to Nigeria through this coalition compared to what we know them for. So there's nothing has changed. Nothing. The same people, politicians, their primary purpose is to grab power. How they want to go about it is not really their concern. It's just to grab power. So when Tinubu referred to them as a coalition of confusion, I agree with them. They are just confused set of people who are aggrieved and only wanting to wrest power from the president. There's nothing new about those people.
So to a large extent, do you actually see persons like Atiku Abubakar, whose long-standing presidential ambition is it's not hidden? Do you see persons like Atiku Abubakar, shelving his ambition for a southern flag bearer as they've been agitating for a while now? Do you see that possibility?
Atiku has a perpetual entitlement to the party's tickets, and that is the reason why he left the PDP to join the coalition. He is the arrowhead behind the formation of this coalition party, this ADC.
And it was because of his presidential ambition.
That is the point I'm trying to make. He knew that if he had remained in PDP, he would have had somebody like Joseph Wike to contend with, who will give him a run for his money. So in order not to take chances, he decided to switch. The essence of switching to ADC is to contest the presidency, win the party's presidential primaries, and contest the general election. So asking me if he's ready to share or if he can share, nobody should even consider that. The only thing that can make him to do that is that he dies today or he becomes incapacitated as a result of illness. But beyond that, this thing is something that is he's so entitled to it that if he doesn't get it, it will not even take a month after that for him to switch from that APC and
back to PDP.
Maybe another party, may not be PDP again. So the only thing that made him to switch in the first place is that position. This is someone that has told someone when he was asked a question, I was there, have I lost primary before? Something like that. Because he's so entitled, he's a master in that game. So he understands it very much. If any other person is thinking, any other person like Obi, my brother, is thinking that he stands a chance to become the candidate of presidential candidate of the ADC, I think he may be just in a dreamland.
All right.
He may be in a dreamland. If I were to be Obi, by now I will be seeking for alternative. He already is popular.
I think some factions of PDPs have made some statements with regards to the fact that they want to be back. Do you think if Obi switches to PDP, he might get that ticket? Considering the FCT minister factor, who has said openly that he is going to work assiduously to ensure that President Tinubu is re-elected. And FCT minister is also very influential in PDP. So do you think PDP will be viable for Obi at this point?
PDP, well-rooted across the nation. The party has a spread, across the country to help Obi. But with the present PDP as it is, I don't think it will be viable for Obi, because in the first place, he may not get a ticket given the contending, forces that are within the party. So, in order to still remain relevant, there are other parties. What matters is the person.
Do they have the structure?
No. Talking about structure is about human being, and that is where it costs money. It costs money.
That was part
for
of
you
the
to
things
build.
that affected Obi in 2023
The
election.
challenge is that some persons who worked for Obi in 2023 election never envisaged that Obi could make such a, pull such a weight. So they were just out there to grab whatever they can grab within the structure and move.
Okay.
Only for them to realize that the matter was not the same. So if Obi had continued, it will cost money. It will cost money, even if it means getting donations from supporters from outside the country and all that. It costs money to begin to build a new party. In fact, if I were to be him, and I'm really interested in running for 2027 election, I would have started shortly after the 2023 election, especially after the court cases that brought the incumbent to power. I would have started seeking for donations from even people from outside this country and all that, raise this money and form, even if it's not forming a new party, there are other parties that are there. Take charge of that party, begin to mobilize people to join the party. The structure is about human beings. Structure is no other thing other than human beings.
That built on that 2023 momentum to build on a formidable structure that will be
simple. That structure will cost money. It's not. It doesn't come cheap. It will cost money to put things in place. It goes beyond telling people to join your party because you will be Right. You put things. You pay salaries to people who will be working. People will be working. People will be churning out ideas. You keep paying them and all that. You keep mobilizing. If you go to communities and you want to do anything, trying to propagate whatever Obi stands for and all that, you have to do the needful. It's not about, you have to host meetings. Hosting meetings costs money. So by the time you begin to do this, you see the popularity begin to grow. The momentum will now be so strong that even the ruling party will say this is becoming, a behemoth. We need to do something to remove him from, that kind of thing. But today, Obi felt relaxed. The man heard about a coalition. He joined them. Except he wants to tell Nigeria that he wants to become a vice president under Atiku, because Atiku would not
interest for him.
Allow for anybody to go there. Like, just let them go. The only way is that he will be defeated in that primaries, or maybe nature, of course.
We should be looking at primaries, actually.
Being defeated?
Yes, being defeated.
It will be very difficult.
Atiku's spokesperson has already said
look at the arrowhead.
There will be no consensus that they are pushing for primaries. Delegates. The flag bearer of ABC will emerge through primaries. So if that is going to be the case, your guess is as good as mine. Who has the delegates there in ADC? I mean, it was Atiku-led coalition before now. So probably we should be having a serious rethink. And Labour Party, the Nenadi faction and Abure faction are like two parallel lines that have sworn never to cross. So how do you reconcile that? And INEC has not come out to take a definite stand. Which party now do you think will be viable?
There are parties. ANRP is a party. Yes, the reason why we say there are parties is because they are already registered by INEC. So you will not begin to have headache about registering new political party. All you need to do is to move your supporters. They are obedient who are not members of parties. Who are followers of Obi from across the country. All they need to do is to issue a statement, and they will just move the obedience structure to that party. And the party becomes... This ADC we are talking about now, before now, what was ADC? Had they won any election anywhere, even ordinary councillorship election? Had they won it before? But today, ADC is on the lips of everybody. Just recently, the former governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Amici, came into Rivers State to address his supporters, open the office of ADC. We saw the mammoth crowd that joined, that welcomed him at the airport, followed him down to the office of the political party, and he addressed media men and all that. What that means is that it's a consciousness. People are beginning to key in, to align. So P2B shouldn't have waited all this while. If he knows that he wants, let me just put it this way. If the Constitution had guaranteed for independent candidacy, then there will be no need for any political party. What that means is that at the end of the day, he just submits himself to INEC and INEC will register him as a candidate for 2027 election, then through his obedient movement, and those who naturally love him, who are not even members of the obedient movement, will go out of their way to see how they can vote him into power. But unfortunately, our constitution does not allow for independent candidates. You must belong to a political party. You must be sponsored by a political party for election. So if, as it is today, within the Labour Party, there are two, forces that has vowed not to cross, meaning that they cannot make up. That party is almost dead, as it is. You go to APC, there is someone who is there, who is the incumbent, so there is no road there. There is a coalition, which he, by principle, he has joined. But looking at what is playing out there, Atiku will be one of the last to relinquish that, presidential tickets for the party. Now you come to the PDP, you have the FCC minister there to contend with. There are other parties. APP is a party. ANRP is a party. YP is a party. AA is a party. All you need to do is, and those parties have their leadership. All you need to do is to identify with one that you feel that has a spread across, or that is a bit known.
You know that there are also possibilities. These parties come with risk. When you look at the Electoral Act, even INEC, the law guiding INEC and political parties, APP is in that mess right now. I find it interesting. I just feel that matter is just in the cooler, waiting for the right time. Yes. Now, if a political party does not have, has not won seats, local governments, National Assembly seats and all of that, according to the Constitution, that party is to be delisted. Now, there is that possible risk of using these parties. I would rather call them mushroom parties in this instance.
That's what they are.
Now, using any of these mushroom parties, there is the risk of getting that party delisted just when it's too late and you cannot switch and you cannot do anything.
These are part of the uncertainties in politics.
APP right now has a case in court with regards to that. There is a case against APP in Rivers State.
But they won election in Rivers State.
No, that was, listen, that matter is still in court, has been adjourned and is in the cooler. And probably it is waiting for the right time. It will now be revived and then judgment will be given. And everybody, if that matter had been pursued, let's say the matter is still on and these local government chairmen are on, and at the end of the day, judgment is given, every person that was elected in that party will lose their seats. Okay. That's it. So that is the risk that Obi might have to, surmount if he decides to go for mushroom parties that have never won seats anywhere. So
there are parties. We had over 30 registered parties. Some may have won local government seats. There are parties, all they need to do is to do their due diligence.
All right.
Sit down properly, analyze some of all this, and know some of the parties that do not have their sponsorship from the incumbent ruling party and all that. That is a bit away, completely insulated from
the influence of these politicians.
The influence of these men.
Yes.
Look for such party. Address obedient movements. And before you know, they will move into even the Labour Party that we are talking about today.
Part of them will follow.
That appeared, no, not just that, appeared to have won a seat, which is not affected by this same rule you're talking about. Before now, Labour Party, other than the fact that former governor of Ondo State, Mimiko, used it as a platform to win, nobody knew Labour Party. Nobody knew Labour Party and all that. So there are plenty of, there's another party that is close to that Labour Party in nomenclature, that was also formed by the former national chairman of Labour Party,
ZLP.
Huh?
Is it the Zenith Labour Party?
Yes, Zenith Labour Party. I think they have also won seats or thereabouts.
That was in Abia State.
So there are parties like that.
All right.
There are parties.
All right.
All you need to do, mobilize the obedient movement to switch. And before you still have like 2 years. You did a lot of work from now till the election time. You have the momentum
All right.
to contest that election.
All right.